We still here, still standing. UPK, we never left the building. Commander General YaAhla, you know. Whoa. Check it out. Rolling to America. So look. Seize everything and bring these crackers to their knees. I need everything and I do mean everything. I know they don't like us. Go ahead and try us. Don't make me call upon the Lord and put this earth on fire. I'm only getting better and I'm only getting higher. And you are getting weaker. That's why you cannot beat us. I know you do not like us. We don't like you neither. You win against the grain. You should be ashamed. You win against a king. Let's just call it treason. Can't wait for killing season. All that shit that you be preaching. Let me see if you believe it. They say they can't be touched. Well, I'm about to put my hands on them. No more missing nice guy. I gave that spirit up. Lord, give me strength so I can tear this city up. Babylon is falling, but it's just not fast enough. Angels with a nigga, so you niggas cannot touch. Ooh,
this shit not adding up. Fucking raise it up. Listen to them devils while you let them gas you up. Yeah. Said I pray that you understand. I said I pray that you understand. This shit not adding up. Fucking raise it up. Listen to them devils while you let them gas you up. Said I pray that you understand. Hey, I said I pray that you understand.
They want me to bite my tongue. They don't like criticism. Can't sell oppressors the devil, YouTube restricted niggas. But they can post bitches twerking, police killing niggas. You can rap about catching bodies, the millions listen. Bitches rap about they box, and children listen. You say you black and gay, to them you still a nigga. You chasing Susie and Becky, they Emmett Tiller niggas. You got the ones that compromise, and you got field niggas. It's a real difference, it make me feel different. When I kick on my boots, tie up a Mitri, I know when we teaching that camp, nobody teaching. These devils telling lies without blinking. They ain't got the integrity, try to reach them. They say they conscious and they woke, but they sleepy. I ain't sparing nobody, I'm going in. It's a rap when I hop up on that podium.
This shit not adding up, fucking raise it up. Listen to them devils while you let them gas you up. Yeah. Said I pray that you understand. I said I pray that you understand. This shit not adding up. Fucking raise it up. Listen to them devils while you let them gas you up. Said I pray that you understand. Hey, I said I pray that you understand.
What it do? What it do? You know. Cult leader. Yeah. We speak the truth, but we a cult leader. Yeah. Well, bitchin', I'm a cult leader. Yeah. Well, bitchin', I'm a cult leader.
It's Kool-Aid, a nigga that sip the Kool-Aid. That LaFraud, single barrel and goose egg. Got the coke going up on a Tuesday. Roast the false prophet like a gourmet souffle. Cause me no say spirit gun like you skate. Nigga might run up in that black face like Gucci. Boycott a cracker, kill your favorite rapper. Cause I run with G's like a Green Bay Packer. I chop a Christian like a new machete. Where you polygynist, they look at you like R. Kelly. Still these women wanna do me like I'm Akinelli. West Coast sisters love me like a Machiavelli. Make these crackers lick the dust off my boots. We want no cowards in our camp and we ain't taking recruits. My crew the livest, y'all suckers is the jobbers. Niggas run their lips but they damn sure wouldn't try us. Nah, I ain't the same cat who used to break laws. They just rather see me as the same cause. Some rather remain lost. My brain washed with these stained thoughts. I be repping for my niggas riding for the same cause. Cult leader. Yeah. Well, bitch, then I'm a cult leader. Yeah, better ask somebody, bitch.
Cult leader. Yeah. We speak the truth, but we a cult leader. Yeah. Well, bitch, and I'm a cult leader. Yeah. Well, bitch, and I'm a cult leader. Yeah.
Got equipment packed in a camp van. I got the camera bag, I'm the cameraman. If shit get inactive, I'ma stand it down. We taking ground, call an ambulance. That shit go right, left, right. If shit go left, you best get right, or you'll get left. You got that right. That shit go. If you got a problem, we'll handle it. Niggas acting hard, you better stand on it. We on every corner, we stamping it. You better give your life for this king shit. We ain't playing around, there's no cowards, dog. If niggas charged up, you get powered off. For rude of speech, keep it raw. It ain't my fault that you niggas soft. It ain't my fault that these niggas frauds. It ain't my fault that them niggas rats. If your colors fly, you don't get that shit go. Right, left, right. If shit go left, you best get right, or you'll get left. You got that right. That shit go left, left. If shit go left, you best get right, or you'll get left. You got that right. That shit go.
Wanna go to war, gotta hop into the van. Tryna cut the scene is something you don't understand. Getting checked for my betterment, better take it like a man. Nigga, how you walk away from camp? If you willing to die, you better be willing to stand. Take a trip around the world, see a bunch of corners held by them UPK niggas. All them UPK niggas go to camp. And I'm on Shamar head hanging out the car. Wonder when I pull up straight to the battlefield. And I'ma make sure niggas make it back home. Say, nigga, what you thought? Yeah, anything moving, I be on. Gotta remind them, we never like them niggas that you saw. If you hear back up, that'll be your last time to get out the way. The price to pay before.
That shit go.
Nah, for real though.
Left. If shit go left, you best get right, or you'll get left. You got that right.
Yeah. Welcome to Monday Night History class. This is Precinct Officer 50 Shalach YaAhla coming to you straight out of ISUPK Cleveland, you understand? Well, you know we started out of 1 West 125th Street up in Harlem, New York. Been around since 1969. You understand? This is the ISUPK. Stands for the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, you understand? Under Commanding General Yahanna, holding down the fort, you understand? And show us everything that we know, you understand? So y'all just buckle up, because we're going to keep bringing these classes at you, keep bringing these camps at you out on these streets. I don't know if y'all are aware or not, man. There's a lot of people do a lot of talking, a lot of fake Israelite groups out there and things of that nature, you understand? But UPK, we outside, you understand? We outside. We on a block near you, you understand? We on a city, and we in a city near you. We on a downtown street near you. We outside. You understand? Most High told us to go out on these highways and byways and get our people. Bring our people back. Who is our people? Our people are the Israelites, you understand? Them 12 lost tribes of Israel who've been scattered throughout the earth, you understand? That's you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Make no mistake about it. You are those 12 lost tribes of Israel. And that's who we're going to get. We're going on these highways and byways for our people. You understand? And you see, all of those people I just named, when you look at here in America, we are all the ones who are at the bottom. You understand? We're the ones who they're arresting. We're the ones who they're unaliving. We're the ones who, what this class is going to be tonight about profiling, right? They profile us. You understand? That's heavy. And we're going to go into that a little bit. So y'all stay tuned. I'm glad you tuned in tonight. My voice a little hoarse tonight. You know what I'm saying? I was at camp Saturday out there getting my teaching on the stage and whatnot outside up there in the D in Detroit. Shout out to Detroit. Shout out to Captain Hadar YaAhla. You understand? Up there holding it down with all his crew up there in Detroit. Shout out to all the 5,000s, the thousands, the 500s, the 50s, even the troopers. Shout out to all of them. Detroit hold it down real strong, you know what I'm saying? Showed us everything we know over here in Cleveland, still helping us get to where we need to get to where we built this thing up. You understand? Shout out to Precinct Officer 1000 Quam up there in Pittsburgh as well. He been helping us out as well. And vice versa. You understand? We're going to be in Pittsburgh soon. So y'all stay tuned for that. Definitely can't wait to get to Pittsburgh. Love to go have camp there. But we outside, man. UPK is outside. You understand? Shout out to my camp leader here in Cleveland. Precinct Officer 5000, a warrior. You understand? Warrior came over here out of Chicago. Going to help us build this thing up. That's a powerful priest right there. You understand? And I'm at his beck and call. You understand? So he need me. You know I'm coming through. And so that's what we do, man. We warriors in here. I told you, we UPK, we outside, man. That's what we do. We're going to definitely be outside. We got to go talk to our people. But listen up. If you want to be a part, blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, if you want to be a part of your family right here at ISUPK, go on to isupk.com. You understand? Go on to isupk.com, find where it says classes, click on those classes, right? You'll see a number pop up. You get the number on there, you call that number. And whatever city or state you in, call that number, and the brother will get you hooked up in that prospective city or state that you're in. And from that point, you'll go and see how it is to get in here. You understand? They'll tell you how you got to put on all black. You know what I'm saying? All black boots, headband, or scarf, whatever it is. You come on up in class. You understand? Come in there with your notes. Come in there with your eyes open and your ears open and listening to the priest. You understand? Because that's how you're going to learn. And that's also how you're going to build up. And you can also be in this class. If some of y'all ain't talk about you too far from where the next class is, you can do it right at home. Ain't no excuses in here. This is no cowards and no excuses in UPK. You understand? You can do this right from your home. You just find a class, find one near you, and click onto that class on YouTube, ISUPK, whatever city or state you're in, and it'll pop up. You go in. That's after you talk to the brother on the phone, though, first. You go in and do your 90 days. 90 days of coming into class, not missing not one class. You do them 90 days, and you can become a trooper and get you a Hebrew name. You understand? In this school, in the UPK, you understand? So that's heavy in itself. So also, anybody want to donate? You want to send in a donation or a tithe or anything just to help out the brothers, help out the priests here. You know what I'm saying? Help out General YaAhla. As we got brothers going from city to city, state to state. Because our job, this is the home of the truth. So we got to take the truth out to our people. You understand? I told you we outside. And we outside in all these cities and states. That don't stop us. You understand? So make sure y'all, go ahead and send that donation in. Send that tithe You can find out all the information. Go to isupk.com. You can do that. You understand? But like I was saying, let me see who we got in this chat here. You know, we got to give a shout out to everybody in the chat. You understand? All right. We got Sister Nashaq YaAhla on here. Shout out to my rib. You understand? It's her again. Yes, please like, share, and subscribe, everybody. Listen to that sister, man. Got to get these classes, get that algorithm up, get out here to our people. See, we outside, but also when we on these computers, we outside too. We going from all around different states, cities, countries, all that kind of thing. You know what I mean? The way we can do that is getting that algorithm up. The way you get that algorithm up is to tune in and to like and share the class and subscribe. You understand? So what we got here? Now I'm saying Blacks, Hispanics, and Natives, the Bible is your Bible. Get in the class and learn your truth, your true identity that was stolen from you. ISUPK, the home of the truth since 1969. See, y'all heard me say that earlier. Now you hear the sister saying it, so you know it's not false. You understand? That's a true statement. Here we go. Not a beezy in the hizzy. You understand? Shout out to my brother, Malach Rib. That's not a ba. She's very faithful and coming into the class and supporting. You understand? She giving a shout out to everybody, to the sisters and everybody. So shout out to that sister. That's a real heavy sister up here in this truth. You understand? Her and my rib be going hard in the paint in this class. You know what I'm saying? And tuning in to other classes as well. So yeah, that's all we have right now in the chat. But like I was saying at the beginning, man, as you've seen, probably in the last few days, we've had a upcoming all throughout YouTube telling you what this class was going to be about here in this Monday night history class, right? The title of this class is Racial Profiling Causes Detrimental Consequences to the Israelites. You understand? So before we get into this, I just want you to know, man, Yahweh, that black man, you see him right here on this shirt. Right here, right? Look much like this, what you see on this shirt. It's the true image of what Yahweh looked closely like. You understand? So this was a black man, right? Who was profiled heavily. You understand? By these damn Edomites and these other nations, right? Brought him down, profiled him, you know, picked at him. They beat on him. You understand? He got put on that tree, just like you're seeing a lot of our brothers and sisters right now today, getting hung from trees. Our Lord got put on that tree by these bastards. You understand? Because they was profiling him. You understand? So we're going to talk about this tonight, how we be racially profiled all throughout everywhere we're at in the world. You understand? But mainly right here in these damn United States of America, right? We're going to talk about it. Here in the UPK, this is the home of the truth. That's what we do. We talk about the truth. So let me get these slides up here and we're going to go in. And one more thing too, shout out to my brothers. I'm not sure if any of them can make it to class tonight. And of course, you know, brothers, we having some busy schedules with slavery and different little things going on. So, and it's all good if they can't make it, you understand? Because I'm going to thug it out either way it go. You know what I mean? I got orders to do the class regardless. But it'd be nice we can get one of the brothers. You know, it's always heavy when the brothers is up in here with me. But, you know, we'll hold it down. So shout out to them. Shout out my brother, Precinct Officer 500, Malach. Shout out to my brother, Precinct Officer 50, Nashaq, Ahmath. And shout out to my other brother, Precinct Officer 50, Bakayar Gabar. You understand that? That slavery holding him down. Because they definitely would have been here. They want to be here all the time and participate. You understand? But sometimes that slavery holds you back. It's called a slavery for a reason. And it's all good. You know what I'm saying? We're going to hold it down, though. Okay, let me get these slides up here. Here you go. You see it right here. It says racial profiling causes detrimental consequences to the Israelites. And I know some of y'all, you hear me say it all the time. You've been hiding under a rock. Some of y'all don't even know who the Israelites are. If you're new tuning into our class, this is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, ISUPK for short. That's a powerful acronym. You see it out there everywhere. You understand? We always tell the truth because we are in the home of the truth. And the truth is tonight is that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, better known as the Israelites, are racially profiled, and it causes detrimental consequences to us, you understand, and our well-being. And so we had to do a class about this tonight, you understand. Now, for you newcomers, who are the Israelites? You heard me say it, but who are exactly the Israelites that is racially profiled and has caused detrimental consequences to? Well, let's show you real quick. Here they are right here. You see it. 12 lost tribes of Israel, aka the Israelites, right? You have now on the left is our original nationality. You understand? Our, because we all come from Jerusalem, North and South Jerusalem, you understand? But all of us tribes have a name to that's our original nationality, right? So first up, you see Judah right here, the tribe of Judah, right? That's the Negroes. That's just so-called African Americans that they like to call us, blacks, as they like to call us, right? Then you have the tribe of Benjamin next, right? That's the West Indians, right? Who are the West Indians? Who are the West Indians down there in the Caribbean? You're talking about Jamaicans. You're talking about Trinidadians. You're talking about just all that whole region right there, the West Indies. That's known as the West Indies. You understand? That's who the tribe of Benjamin is, right? Then next you have the tribe of Levi, right? These are the Israelites. Tribe of Levi are known today as the Haitians, right? See the name that's beside the main name on the left. So beside that on the right is names that we got during slavery. You understand? So yeah, the Haitians would be tribe of Levi. You got the tribe of Simeon right here. That's your Dominicans. You understand? Zebulon. That's Guatemalans and Panamanians, right? And that whole region right there. That's the tribe of Zebulon. You got the tribe of Ephraim right here. That's your Puerto Ricans. You understand? Y'all know who the Puerto Ricans is out running out here. Captain Cataza. That's a heavy Puerto Rican right there, right? Manasseh. That's your Cubans. See that? Tribe of Gad. That's your North American Indians. Tribe of Reuben. That's your Seminole Indians. Now, y'all see why we always say this is for the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians? Because that's what you see on this chart right here. These are all Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, right? You got the tribe of Naphtali right here. That's Argentina and Chile. You understand? Tribe of Asher. That's Colombia and Uruguay, right? These are them Israelites that get mistreated out here. Issachar, right? Your famous Mexicans, right? They're the tribe of Issachar. So these are the people who get racially profiled, and it causes detrimental consequences to us and our well-being. We even be unalived and hurt badly by this damn devil out here, right? So this is what we're going into tonight. And these are the people who we're talking about, right? So let's keep going. Now, profiling based on race, religion, or traits can lead to severe harm, you understand? Which includes unfair arrest, loss of trust in public systems, and human rights violations. While some crackers argue that it helps stop crime or target security risks, it often causes deep social damage and fails to work well. So this is something you have to understand, right? Now let's go to this next slide. We're gonna look at some pictures on there of what we're talking about, because some of y'all don't like to read. Some of y'all don't like to hear us talk about it. You got to be visual. You got to be visual with our folks. You understand? So we're going to be a little visual with you, show you a little something, cater to you a little bit. That'll get you to pay attention. This is black and brown people getting profiled. You understand? Because of the color of our skin, right? They don't like that black and brown running around here. These brothers out here minding their own business, and next you know, cops coming up to them, putting them in cuffs and jacking them up. They ain't giving them no reason whatsoever, right? This is what you call getting profiled. What we got next here? We're going to keep going. The dangers of profiling. You understand? Unfair targeting. That's heavy. We get targeted every damn day in this country and in this world. Innocent people face constant stops and searches because of how they look. You understand? You just seen it right here. Just because of how they look, they getting stopped and searched. They don't have no weapons on them. They ain't do nothing wrong. Minding their own business, probably walking down the street and just get profiled, right? Unfair targeting. Loss of trust. See, these communities out here, you understand, they're in a position now where they stop trusting the police and the government agencies. Because it's just like, especially in our case with the Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, there's nothing being done about how we getting treated out here. And they're part of the problem. You understand? Bad data. Profiling relies on biased data out here, which creates a false cycle of blame. So we got to understand that. Human rights harm. It breaks laws that protect people from unfair treatment. So human rights are constantly getting harmed out here. You understand? So let's show you some examples of unfair treatment. Look at this. This brother right here, minding his business, he trying to talk to him, man. Why y'all doing this to me, man? Why I gotta go through this, man? They done beat the dude up, beat him down, slammed his head down on the cement. You understand? Then picked him up, you know, had him cuffed. They had him cuffed the whole time. He's still trying to bargain with him, like, what's going on, man? And then they get ready to throw him in the damn paddy wagon in the van right here, right? Human rights harm. That's what when you heard me mention that, this is what human rights harm is. Look at this. I was telling you about loss of trust. Look over here to the right. This guy, he don't have no weapons. He ain't did nothing wrong. He just guilty of being a black man. You understand? Guilty of having that black skin. Guilty of having that brown skin. And these cops just, because they coming up just giving us hell out here. You understand? This is just, it's diabolical, really, man. Let's get into some of the societal and human costs. Look at this, societal and human costs. You understand? This is heavy out here because we always got to pay the costs. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Civil rights abuses, right? Had to mention that one because systemic targeting based on our race, religion, or ethnicity leads to unjust stops, searches, and surveillance. They be watching us like a hawk. We can't do nothing. We being constantly profiled. Constantly profiled. And tell me this don't match up to what the name of this class is. Racial profiling causes detrimental consequences to the Israelites. This is what's going on. And tell me it don't go along with it, right? Here we go. This was in big in red, bold and red. Psychological and health impacts. Constant exposure to discrimination causes chronic stress, trauma, and long-term health disparities. This is horrible, man. This is all part of societal and human costs that we have to go through. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, Israelites. You understand? And the last one on this page, economic and social inequality. You understand? See, biased profiling deepens disparities in employment, housing. See, we get disparaged in employment, housing, criminal sentencing, and community trust, right? They just build this thing up about us, and then people look at all black and brown people the same. Like, we just walking by. And it don't matter if we got a hoodie on or somebody's pants sagging like how some of these young cats be doing, or if we got a damn suit on with a tie. You understand? With some stunner shades on, walking down the street. It don't matter. We could be in some sweats, and we're still gonna get this treatment. We could be driving a nice car, living in a nice house, have a nice job. You heard on Jay-Z's one album, still nigga, right? That's how they're gonna always see you. LeBron James, that's nephew right there, right? From right here in the O, right? Northern Ohio, right here where we at. This dude's a billionaire now, right? This man getting nigger spray painted on his gate because it don't matter. They don't want us being high profile, having money, being billionaires and stuff like that, being popular, right? They're going to still constantly remind us that we niggas to them. You understand? Societal and human costs right here. This will go along with us no matter how big we get, money-wise, stature-wise, anything like that. It's going to come down on us because that's all they care about, right? So we're going to still give you some more examples of what some unfair treatment is on black and brown folks. Let's get to it. Here you go. Social Shalach YaAhla, social inequality. You see this brother right here? Here we have a Mexican brother minding his own business, and they just want to get this cat and pull him on over and cuff him till they check his identification, make sure he legal. You understand? He got a Visa card, and they just want to check his papers. Over here just messing with him, man. This is ICE. You got another Mexican brother over here, or a Puerto Rican brother. I think it's a Mexican brother over here to the right. They done cuffed him just because he's Hispanic and want to check him out anyway, so he can't run nowhere. You understand? They looking at him like he a gang member. You know, he out there in Cali. He got his Chucks on. You know, everybody wear Chucks out in Cali. You know what I mean? He got his Chucks on, his hoodie, and they just scolding this dude, man. Diabolical. Now, law enforcement and traffic stops. You understand? And you know what the first one had to be. And it's in bold and black, and it had to be driving while black or brown. You understand? See, when you this color and you driving, the police pulling over minority drivers for minor or non-existent traffic violations to search for hidden drugs or weapons without proof. Then nobody call them and say there's somebody suspicious or anything like that. They just saw that we was black, we was brown in that car, and decided, you know what, we're going to pull this cat over. Hopefully we'll get lucky and find something on him. And in some cases, them bastards put stuff in the car and set us up. So you got to watch that too. You understand? And here we go. You know this famous word, stop and frisk. Stop and frisk. That's a big one. Police stopping pedestrians, black and brown ones in particular, on the street to pat us down just because of their race or neighborhood. Diabolical. Immigration checks. Border or local officers stopping people, stopping blacks, Latinos, mostly Latinos, who look Latino or Hispanic to demand citizenship papers. You just heard me saying it a slide or two ago. They just want to get them just so they can stop them and already have them just in case they stuff don't line up. You know what I mean? The papers, they don't got legit papers and things of that nature. Just want to try to hem them up in some way, shape, or form. These immigration checks, this stop and frisk, and this driving while black and brown. We had to talk about this tonight. You understand? But this racial profiling, it causes consequences, detrimental consequences to the Israelites. Y'all need to understand this, man. This is heavy, and I definitely had to cover this. That's why we're doing a class on it. You understand? It's the Monday Night History class. It's your boy Shalach YaAhla. You know I'm going to bring something heavy to you, right? Stop racial profiling and end stop and frisk. So, blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, as long as we are black and brown, this will happen. We keep marching and protesting, but nothing ever changes. Nothing ever changes. We got our people out here with signs and crying and yelling at the cops and saying, stop, leave us alone. Stop racial profiling. End stop and risk. Salakia, end stop and frisk, right? Nothing ever changes. It's kind of like voting. I'm voting. We're going to vote. See, all of us, if we all come together and we vote, we could stop Trump from getting in there and all these other people. Trump still gets in there. The people who you don't want get in there, they get in there. You understand? You seeing the picture now? There's something else we got to do, man. And I'm going to tell you what you got to do. I'll tell you what the main thing you got to do. But right now, well, the first thing you should do is get up in here in this ISUPK under Commanding General YaAhla. You understand? Because you're going to get up under some powerful priests in here, and we're going to lead you back to God. You understand? To the Most High, right? We're going to lead you back to Him. And leading back to Him means you let that world that you had before go. You understand? That part, that goes away. All that sinning you was doing has to go. It will not be tolerated or allowed here in the UPK. You understand? Because we're up under the Most High and Yahweh Shai. You understand? Our Lord Christ, right? We up under them. And that means we got to be up under these laws, statutes, and commandments. That's how you stop and frisk and racial profiling and all of this stuff that's going on. That's how you begin to stop that. Because when we all come together, the Most High will be there to protect us because we back up under Him, serving Him, you understand, and doing His work and living out our life the way He see fit, like He wanted us to from the beginning. And we wouldn't have to go through all the stuff we're going through, right? So that's how you can end this stuff. Not no signs and voting and all this other kind of stuff. Ain't gonna happen. These devils profile us no matter how we look or how we dress, right? We get unalive because we're wearing a hoodie. You heard me saying it before. Or if we have on a suit. You see this brother over here, he walking, he got a suit on. He don't quote unquote look like no thug or somebody that would do something bad to somebody or something like that, like how they try to paint us out to be. He got on a suit, real neat, you know, got him a nice haircut going. He need a beard. He missing his beard. That's what he need. You understand? But other than that, it don't matter what we got on, man. They're gonna racial profile us. No matter what we got on. You understand? These devils will profile us no matter what. What we got next here? These devils profile us no matter how we look or dress, folks. Look at this. White folks. They will see us out chilling and assume we are up to something. You understand? Because we just hanging out. Just because we are black or brown in skin color. This is what happens. Then you look at this brother over here on the right. We get unalive and profiled no matter how we look or how we are dressed. It just doesn't matter how we dressed or how we look. It's just the fact that we got black and brown skin, you understand, that we keep getting this horrible mistreatment. And it's just diabolical that we have to go through these things. Right? But here in the ISUPK, we are ordered, you understand, not only by Commanding General YaAhla, but we ordered by the Lord Himself to go out here and do this work on these highways and byways and on these airwaves of this screen that you're watching me on, whether you're on your phone, you're on your computer system, or you're on your television set. You understand? This is what goes down. Look at this. I'm telling y'all, these devils profile us no matter how we look or dress, right? We can be beautiful or just average looking, male or female, and they will still unalive us. Look at these beautiful sisters right here, man. We can have curly hair, nappy hair, kinky woolly hair, and they will still cause us harm. You see what I'm saying? It don't matter. They are so intimidated by our skin, by our complexion. Diabolical, man. So this message right here is directly to these other nations, period. If you're not Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, this message right here is to you. And I put it up here in writing because I want people to read along and hear me, right? Some people have to be visual and go by hearing, right? So I'm talking to all these other nations out here that do us dirty. If you do Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians dirty, you understand you're a part of them nations? I'm talking to you. And in particular, I'm talking to this white man and this white woman. You understand? But listen good. White people, white cops, and white court officials, your judges, magistrates, all y'all, right? Listen to me and pay close attention to these words. The people who are robbing you blind looks like you. The people who are burning up Black churches looks like you. The people who are going into these churches and unaliving Black folks looks like you. The people who are going into these schools and shooting up teachers and kids looks like you. The people who run these trafficking rings looks like you. The people who lose their jobs and then go home to unalive their 4 kids, they wife, then themselves, looks like you. They don't look like us. They look like you. The worst crime that Black and brown people does in America, and let me be clear, white folks, the worst crime that Black and brown folks do here in America is the fact that we be at war with each other, right? And that's only because of conditions that your people left us in. You think of the Jim Crow laws and all that bullshit, right? Your people who, say it with me, looks like you. That's the reason why we go through these things, right? This racial profiling stuff got to stop. We don't get a chance, and you don't have a reason to bother us. But let me tell you something. We are the Lord's chosen seed. You understand? And once we get back up under him, like you see ISUPK is, the Lord will protect us. You understand? That's why we come out here, and the Lord told us to get out here and give this truth to our people. And don't care what nobody say. You understand? We're going to say it. We're going to live it and all of that. And we're going to let him fight our battles. But we're going to do what he said and do his word, what his word says, and get out here on these highways and byways and on these computer screens, TV screens, phone screens, and we're going to tell them the truth because it's the home of the truth. So that's a message to all you other nations that's not Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, and especially you wicked ass white people. And I know you're saying, man, this guy is a racist, man. He's saying white people. No, look what white people do. And look what white people have done to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We ain't got a right to say something about it. I believe you know that we do. You understand? And I believe you know that we should be allowed to say this because all them people that do this harm to us and cause us detrimental consequences to our health and our lives looks like you. Look like you. Let's keep going. Now, white folks, this is what you have to start doing in this country that will help you and help us, right? Here it is. You have to prevent and put out awareness, right? So we have to start profiling people who look like you, who look like mass shooters, like you see on the screen. I only put 3 of them up here. This is only 3 of them. These are three Edomites who have done something so horrible in this country that they made this little flyer here that was made by one of our brothers. You understand? So too many warning signs are out there. Too many warning signs are ignored. How many more lives have to be lost? You understand? We can do better. So y'all got to pay attention and start saving some lives out here, right? So let's start having them hard conversations. You know why? Because our future depends on it, right? Now, let me jump into this a little bit. We got 3 people up on the screen. Well, look at this real good. This is how we're going to start. And this is how you can start, white folks. Because y'all don't like us calling you devils, which that's what you are. But you don't like us calling you that because you don't never stop this kind of thing right here, because them is your people that look like you and you never do anything about it. This dude, Dylan Roof right here, this dude went up in that church and killed them 9 people. We can go over that in a second. Killed them 9 people, unalived, Shalach YaAhla, unalived them 9 black people in their own church, minding their own business. And when they caught him, them police officers who look just like you took this Dylan Roof to go get him a burger and some fries before they took him to jail. Asking him, was he hungry and shit like that. Diabolical, man. When I tell you this white man is the devil, white woman is the devil, and everybody else in that community is the devil, now you seeing why, right? Let's keep going. We ain't going to stop it right here. Let's get into some of these, what's going on with these 3 on this screen. Now, you heard me. Start profiling people who looks like you, the mass murderers, like this devil I briefly just talked about. Dylan Storm Roof. It tells you right here, this dude was born April 3rd, 1994. Is an American mass murderer, white supremacist, and neo-Nazi who perpetrated the Charleston church shooting. That's that church you just heard me talking about, right? During a Bible study on June 17th of 2025 at Emmanuel African Methodist Episcopal Church in Charleston, South Carolina. Roof murdered 9 people and injured a 10th. The victims were, quote unquote, African Americans. That's black folks. And included Clementa C. Pickney, who was the church's senior pastor, and a state senator, right? After several people identified Roof as the main suspect, he became the center of a manhunt that ended the morning after the shooting with his arrest in Shelby, North Carolina. He later confessed that he committed the shooting in hopes. Now, listen to this part good. He admitted and confessed that he committed the shooting in hopes of igniting a race war. Roof's actions in Charleston have been widely described as domestic terrorism. You understand that? You see how this fool look? You see that demon on him? You see that devil in him? See, they like to tell you them devils is red, and they are red. But they like to make you think they got them little horns coming out their head and they got a tail behind them. The devil is red, but look just like this, what you see right here. So start profiling people who look like mass murderers, like this devil. You understand? Let's keep going. Get me grueling in the stomach just looking at this cracker picture. You understand? Let's keep going. Stop profiling people who looks like mass murderers. You have to start. You understand? Here go the second devil we was talking about, one of the ones you seen on the screen. You understand? He tried to come to the court right here with his glasses on, right? But he still got that demon in him. It's coming all through the glasses, right? This is Nicholas Jacob Cruz. You understand? He was born September 24th, 1998. You see, these is all young cats. You understand? Is an American mass murderer who perpetrated the Parkland High School shooting, one of the deadliest school shootings in the United States. And on February 14th of 2018, Cruz killed 14 students and 3 staff members while injuring 17 others at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. In November 2022, Cruz was sentenced to a life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. And Cruz had been known for his behavioral problems since preschool, but he was never profiled by the boys in blue. Never profiled by the people who look just like you, white folks, in these schools as this kid was growing up. Never profiled, never checked out. And as a teenager on social media, he shared his obsessions with mass shootings and expressed racist, sexist, anti-Semitic, and xenophobic and homophobic views. He was a member of the Junior Reserve Training Corps. He legally purchased various firearms before the shooting. And these are the clowns that you allowing to get out here and do stuff. You worried about some dudes being black and brown, wearing a hoodie, walking down the street, unarmed, not bothering anybody. But you profile them and you put the type of things on them that you should be putting on these devils right here. Start profiling people who looks like mass murderers and look like you, like this devil. Got one more we're gonna go on. I could have did a whole list. I ain't got all night in this class. You understand? Well, we could have did a whole lot. There's a whole lot of these cats, right? I only did the 3 that really stick out like a sore thumb. You understand? Let's keep going. Hold on one second. Let me see. Uh-oh. Got something in my chat. Sister Ahmah. She says, vengeance is Yahweh's, the Most High's. She says, Deuteronomy 32 and 35 and Romans 12 and 19. These other nations that are mistreating the Most High's chosen people will pay big time. Their time to pay is near. Most High in Christ. Shout out to my rib for that one, because that's the truth right there. I told you, only going to get the truth in the UPK, whether it's coming from us or it's coming from our sisters, you understand? That's a heavy comment you put in that chat. And that should be, anybody watching this, make sure y'all take that in, because that's the truth right there. That's heavy. Most High in Christ for that one. And here we have, let's lock here for a second, get some water. Like I said, your boy's voice a little hoarse out there at camp, yelling and carrying on, doing what we do, doing the Lord's work. You know what I mean? That's just this voice is just a sign that I'm out here doing the Lord's work. That's all. Don't worry about it. We'll get through it. But like I said, start profiling people who looks like mass murderers, like these devils I've been showing you. And here go another one right here, right? This is Adam Peter Lanza. You guys gonna remember this dude. April 22nd, 1992 is when he was born, right? But then his life ended on December 14th, 2012, right? He was an American mass murderer who perpetrated the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting. Coming back to you now, the Sandy Hook School. This is the guy right here, this devil, young kid. One of the most deadliest mass shootings in U.S. history. On December 14th, 2012, he fatally shot his own mother, Nancy Lanza, at their home in Newtown, Connecticut. This is a devil if you ever saw one right here. Before driving to Sandy Hook Elementary School, where he killed, Salakia, I just be trying to tell it like it is, but where he unalived 20 children aged 6 and 7 and 6 adult staff members. He then, like a coward, and devil he is, killed him, unalived himself as law enforcement arrived at the school. See, he didn't want to go out. He didn't want to go out on what he believed in and what he stand on. He became that coward that's hiding behind that gun. You understand? And he unalived himself because that's what he do best. He unalives people, right? So he didn't want to go out trying to go up against, the feds that was coming to get his ass, right? So like a coward, he just offed himself, right? So this is why I'm telling you, man, start profiling people who look like you, who look like mass murderers, like these devils I just showed you, right? Now, so start looking for them little weird ass skinny dudes, right? Skinny zombie looking ass white boys with that death stare look in their eyes. You understand? Stop trusting them and start profiling them instead of black and brown kids with hoodies on. Then you might get lucky and prevent a school shooting. You might get lucky and prevent a church shooting. Hell, you might even get lucky and prevent a movie theater shooting, right? Once you start profiling them devils with that death stare in their eyes. It ain't hard to recognize a damn devil, a demon, right? Let me back up a little bit. I want you to look at these dudes, right? Let me go to that one picture. Hold on. Let's go to this. Let me go back. Look at this picture. Just look at it. Look at this picture. Just look at it. Look at these pictures. Look how they look. Matter of fact, let's put them back all together again. Look at this picture right here. Look at these pictures of these dudes. You see this picture? Start looking for that death stare you see right here. Start looking at them. They just look like there's nothing in there, right? You just see that demon want to come out of them and do something real bad to black folks and brown folks, right? Start paying attention to these dudes when you see them and keep a close eye on them. Keep a close eye on them, or something bad gonna wind up happening to y'all. Let's get back to where we was at. Now, here go a question for you, right? If I ask 10 people which one of these women is a serial killer, 99% of you of any group would choose the picture on the left. They say, oh, yeah. That black woman, she got that hoodie on, that head. Look how she's dressed. She looks rough. She's probably one of them street niggers. Oh, yeah, she's definitely the one that killed somebody. This lady over here, this little innocent looking white Becky over here, she would never do anything to anybody. That's what you're saying, right? She got the fake blonde hair. She's showing a little bit of her cleavage with her little netted little top on. And you're saying there is no way she would unalive anybody. That person, and the answer to your question would be the one on the left, that black one. That's what you're saying, right? 99% of you in any group of people would say this because this is what you've been learned and what you've been taught. When you ain't really paid attention to these damn white people in this country, when you look at the vast difference, if you put us all on a scale, we don't even come close. Like I said earlier, the biggest crime amongst black and brown people is that we be at war with each other. We want to hurt each other and carry on. You don't very seldom hear us do anything to anybody else in this world, right? So let's keep going. Because I said, 99.9% of y'all would choose the one on the left. Well, let's see. But all 99.9% of you would be terribly wrong, because that white woman is the real serial killer. You understand? This is how this murderer looks behind all that little makeup and that little innocent thing you seen right there. You see it's not so good, right? Eileen Wuornos, serial killer. She's America's first female serial killer. You know why she got away with doing this? Because you did not profile her. You know why you didn't profile her? I'm going to tell you why you didn't profile her. Because she looked like this. That's why you didn't profile her. She looked just like that picture right there I just showed you. That's why you didn't profile her. Right? So let's read into her a little bit. And y'all may remember this name, Eileen Wuornos, because there was a movie done about her where she was doing some terrible things, man. And it was actually a pretty good movie. But just to show you about this devil, right? Now we have to profile people. We have to profile people who actually are the real murderers. This lady is a devil, a stone cold killer, a stone cold unaliver, right? Like I told you before, her name is Eileen Carol Wuornos Pittman. February 29th, 1956 is when she was born. She was unalived on October 9th, 2002, right? But she was American serial killer, the first female American serial killer, by the way. So from between the years 1989 and 1990, while engaging in street prostitution along the highways in Florida, Wuornos shot and unalived and robbed 7 of her male clients. See, she would hook up with them, go to them truck stops, get in the truck stop with them. You know what I mean? Act like she about to give them a little something, and they pay for it. As soon as they pay for it, she unalive them. You understand? And that's how she was making a living out here on the streets. She said, oh, no, I ain't giving this to you, but I'm going to act like I'm going to give it to you. Then I'm going to unalive you as soon as you touch me. Right? She initially claimed that her victims had either raped, essayed, sexually assaulted, or attempted to rape her, and that the homicides were committed in self-defense. But later abandoning this defense, Wuornos was sentenced to death for 6 of the murders, Salakia, and was executed in 2002 after spending more than 10 years on Florida's death row. See that little face there? Boy, makeup and hair can do a lot, right? Then you see what's behind it. Woo! Oh, God. I don't know if I'm going to eat after I get done with class tonight, man. I lost my appetite. Damn devil. So right here would be what do the priests have to say about this. Of course, I'm in this class on my own tonight. So I'm going to say this, right? I've been saying it the whole class. Racial profiling causes detrimental consequences to the Israelites. You understand? And it causes so much harm to us because of all the reasons you saw at the topics on this top of the class, this top part of the class, right? We get in our car and go to the grocery store. We get in our car and go just to go get something to eat from a fast food restaurant. And as we on our way there or we coming back, we get stop and frisk. We get through on the car. We get through on the ground. And we don't have any weapons on us. We don't have any drugs on us. We're not doing anything wrong. And this happens to us. And to our women. They do our women so dirty. Don't give a woman no respect. This will take a sucker punch them down to the ground. Because the woman is mad that you grabbing all on her when she knows she's innocent and didn't do nothing. You understand? We got to keep putting up with this crap because of the color of our skin. You understand? We're too black and too brown for their liking. You understand? You white folks, y'all gonna pay big time with the Lord. I'm just gonna let you know that right off the bat. This ain't no threat coming from me. Ain't no threat coming from ISUPK. We just serve the Lord. You understand? And the Lord fights our battles. The Lord will take care of anybody that came up against us and anybody that treat us bad and do us dirty and unalive us and plant drugs and stuff in our cars so we can get arrested and do a bid in prison and things of that nature. The Most High sees everything. And he will come back. He gonna send Yahweh back. And when that sky crack and he come down here and he looking like me with a big ass nappy ass afro and nappy beard and even darker than me. Look at his shirt. When he come back looking like this and he cracked that sky, don't start trying to bend down then and talk about you give your life to him and all this stuff. Yeah, you're going to give your life to him, all right. Because if you've been reading that Bible, it said he coming, but he coming with a sword. What do people do with swords? Oh, and by the way, this ain't the Olympics when they're in there doing that little hitting each other and going back and forth with the sword, and they got the little suit on with the screen mask and all that. No. We talking about a sharp, super sharp, two-edged sword, right? Yahweh coming back. He gonna take care of that business for his people. You understand? So I hope y'all ready for that. You understand? You got your little NASA space programs and all your little things built up in the sky, up in the space. Because you've been reading these, you've been calling yourself reading our Bibles, but you don't understand it. And you've been reading stuff, you see stuff with portals and different things coming. You're gonna see that them chariots gonna come and Yahweh gonna come. And you know what I'm saying? And them angels gonna come with him. And they're gonna take care of that business. You understand? Ain't none of them little things you got up in space gonna be able to do nothing about it. Every material that you use to make anything on this earth comes from the Most High. And the Most High knows what it took to make them. He knows what it takes to make them disappear. He knows where you hide. He knows what weapons you have. He knows what you're all about. That's why he started hating you in the womb. You understand? As a baby in the womb, a fetus in the womb, he separated y'all from us. You understand? And hated you. You understand? And loved us. And because of that, we was chosen right there. Right? Because of that, you can't take it. So you have to show that you're over us in this world that's going now, right? Because we disobeyed our Most High, our God. You understand? And he turned us over to y'all, let y'all have power over us for not using our power and run this earth like we should have been doing from day one, right? So y'all time is coming. Just know that. I want you to understand that crystal clear. Your time will come with the Most High. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to come a time where every knee will bow and every tongue. That is straight from the Most High. Believe that. It's coming. Now, before I continue on, let me see what I got in the chat here. Uh-oh. Got Sister Nashaq in here. She's been going heavy in the paint in here. Let's see what she's saying. She said, the Most High sees every wrong done to his chosen people. And he is going to handle these devils when he sends Yahushua here. It's not going to be good for these other nations. Most High in Christ, Barakatah Yahweh Yahushua for that. Woo, that's heavy right there. I hope you got the message. I hope it came clear. You see, it ain't just for me. Look at the sisters. I ain't tell her to put that. She put that herself off of the knowledge that she knows from being an ISUPK and reading these Bibles. You understand? So that's my topic. That's my take as a priest on this topic, right? So we're gonna keep going on. You know, your boy holding it down in the class. I'm going dolo tonight, and that's cool. That's what we do. What we got next? What does the Bible have to say about Israelites being profiled and severely mistreated? Now y'all know when we get to this part, this that real heavy part of the class, because now, you know, I'm done with y'all listening to me. It's time for y'all to listen to what the Most High has to say about this issue, this topic, right? So let's get into it. Now, we have Zephaniah 2:1 right here, right? It says, gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation, not desired. Now, black folks, Native Indian folks, Hispanic folks, our people, right? We are all the same people. We are our people, right? When y'all hear us say, my people I'm talking to, that's who I'm talking to. I showed you at the beginning of the class who all the Hispanics, Native Indians, so-called blacks are. We are all those 12 lost tribes of Israel. We come out of the northern and southern Jerusalem. You understand? Zephaniah says, gather yourselves together, Israelites. Gather together, O nation not desired on this earth, right? Nobody desires us here, right? Because we went wrong when we disobeyed the Most High and his laws, statutes, and commandments, right? And we went off and we didn't come back. We start getting happy with serving this devil. You understand? Start doing his customs and his heathenistic ways. You understand? And for that, the Most High gave us over to them to be under their foot. You understand? Because of our disobedience. And because of that, we are not desired by white folks. We are not desired by Chinese folks. We are not desired by Africans. We are not desired by Russians. We are not desired by any of those other nations. You understand? But he said, gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. And that's what we're doing in the ISUPK. We're gathering under Commander General YaAhla. He's gathering us together up under the Christ and up under the Most High Yahweh. You understand? Gathering us together so we can be together in solidarity as one in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. You understand? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to gather together because we know we're not desired by these clowns, by these other nations, by these devils, right? That's the first thing we got to do, though. Well, let's tap into this a little bit. You know, when you're bringing up the Bible, you got to definitely go to Christ. You got to go to Yahushua. This is in red right here. This is when you see red, y'all know Yahushua is speaking. That's this black, woolly-haired man right here, like you see on my shirt right here, right? That true image, right? In John 15:18, he says, if the world hate you, then you know that it hated me before it hated you. So let you know, even Christ was profiled. He knows that he was profiled. He left this message here for us because he knew that he was profiled, and he knew that we was going to get profiled. That's why he said, if the world hated me, of course they're going to hate you. They hated me before they hated you. What are you talking about? You're going to get profiled. You're going to be unalive just like how he was. You're going to get hurt. You're going to get beaten. You're going to get thrown in prisons. All of the above, right? Then you go to John 15 and verse 20. Remember the word that I said unto you. The servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, then they, Salaka, they will keep yours also. So here he's saying, man, I'm your Lord. And me as your Lord, as your king, they persecuted me. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. You understand? Now it says, if they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. This is heavy, man. Yahawashi, you know what I'm saying? He the realest in the game. Just period, point blank. But then you go to John 15 and 23, right? It says, he that hateth me, hateth my Father also. So when you see these white people out here, hey, brother, can I pray for you? The hell, man, how you pray for me for? You and your people did this to my Lord, my King. And then you don't even believe in God. You don't even follow nothing that the Most High gave to follow if you follow behind him. You understand? He gave us laws, statutes, and commandments, and he only gave them to the Israelites. But that's what he gave us, right? So Christ warned us right here. He said, if they hate me, they hate of my Father also. Because he came here to do his Father's business. You understand? And they didn't like nothing that he was doing. They didn't like nothing he was saying. When he was out here trying to teach them on the highways and the byways, just like ISUPK, out here, preaching loud, teaching loud to his people on the highways and byways. You understand? Telling them, hey, follow me. You understand? I'm going to take you and lead you right up under the Most High by going through me. That's what Christ was saying to everybody. And they said, well, who are you? You understand? He said, he was letting you know who he is. You know what I'm saying? He here to do his Father's business. That's Yahawashi. You understand? They said, this dude right here, he thinking, what is he? You the king of the Jews or something? Yeah, this guy, look at him. They're laughing at him, right? Laughing at him, talking about him real bad. Then they decided that they're going to have a vote and then go ahead and unalive this dude. Even some of our own people wasn't even believing this dude because they was out here living in them heathenistic ways up under the customs of these other people. You understand? Under these damn Romans and different people, right? These Greeks and different people, right? Start following their customs and believing in that mess and went against your Lord, your king, right? So if he hateth me, Yahawashi says, they hate of my Father also. That's heavy. That's a heavy, heavy point. Now, this next scripture is where Pharaoh, because we're getting into the profile game, right? And once again, the name of this class, racial profiling causes detrimental consequences to the Israelites, right? So in this next scripture here that you're about to see, is where Pharaoh profiles the Israelites as a security risk, telling his people that we are too numerous and might join an enemy in war. See, and that's what these white folks think to this day. They get to see an ISUPK and how heavy we is and how we stick together, and we got a lot of brothers together, sticking together as one. They look at us like we're a security risk, right? Anytime black people come together, brown people, Native Indians, we all come together, Hispanics, we all come together. They got to figure out something to try to break that thing up. You know why? Because they look at us as a security risk. Telling his people, you know what I'm saying? Like Pharaoh said, telling his people that we are too numerous when we get together and might join the enemy in war and go against him and take him down. The apple hasn't fallen far from the tree where that's concerned. But let's see exactly what Pharaoh is saying right here, right? This is Exodus 1 and 9. And he said unto his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. See that? So he's letting them know, man, them Israelites, they got way more than us, and they're mightier than us, right? Y'all know how we are. You know how blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians is. We big, we strong, we fast, we smart, we can throw them things. You understand what I'm saying? We can get busy out here, right? They know that. Pharaoh knew that. So what he say in Exodus 1 and 10 then? He said, come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply. And it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us. And so get them up out of the land. Get them out of here. You see that? That's fear right there. Now, you the one got all the power. You got the armies and everything. Got your little swords on us and whatnot. You the one got all that. What you worried about, Pharaoh? What you worried about, white folks? Let's keep going. Now, talk about profiling. Pharaoh placed taskmasters over us in Egypt to inflict slavery on us and crush our spirits, right? Sound familiar? Well, how we being treated right here and profiled out here by these white folks and by these other nations? We got taskmasters over us. You understand? Taskmasters we got over us happen to come in blue uniforms. You understand? With badges and batons and guns and things of that nature, right? But let's see what these taskmasters I'm talking about that Pharaoh put over us back then, right? So we've been going through this for a long time, just to let you know. Oh, and by the way, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians aren't the real and official 12 lost tribes of Israel. You see all these things going on; they're still going on with us to this day. Let's see what we talking about. This is Exodus 1 and 11. Therefore, they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens, and they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramses. See that? Just like we built New York, we built Chicago, we built Washington, we built all these major cities that's thriving and got it going on here in America. We did the same thing when we was in slavery in Egypt. You understand? We built up that Pithom and that Ramses. There was some huge, big time cities. You understand? That's your New Yorks and your Los Angeles and your Chicagos and things like that. That's what it was over there in Egypt. We built them things up for them, right? They put them taskmasters over us to afflict us, keep us in slavery. You understand? So they can try to control us still. Now, this next scripture will show that Pharaoh is not a respecter of persons. You understand? He profiled our babies. Our babies get profiled. To this day, still do, right? And ordered the midwives to unalive them at birth. What you afraid of with the babies, Pharaoh? They do the same thing today to us with Planned Parenthood. And don't let me get started on all that. But let's go. Let's see what I was talking about. Let's see it come to fruition right here. This is Exodus 1 and 15. And the king of Egypt spake unto the Hebrew midwives, of which the name of the one was Shiphrah, and the name of the other Puah, right? Exodus 1 and 16. And he said, when ye do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew women, and see them upon the stools, if it be a son, then ye shall unalive him. But if it be a daughter, then she shall stay alive, basically. She shall live. Right? So if it's sons, unalive all them sons is what Pharaoh gave the order to the Hebrew midwives. Now these midwives, they was Hebrews, you understand? They was Israelites. Right? But they got an order To unalive the sons, basically, or they gonna get unalived. But if it's daughters, let them live, right? Because he don't have no fear of the daughters, right? So you seen what I was talking about there. Let's keep going. Now, you want to see what profiling is? This Persian leader, Haman, you don't understand, he hated us Israelites. He lied and manipulated King Ahasuerus and told him he wanted to destroy the Jews because we kept the Lord's laws, statutes, and commandments. You understand? And not the laws of the state of Persia. So this is how he convinced the king, right? King Ahasuerus. He said, man, I just want to destroy them. So he asked, can he destroy us? Because he painted the picture to him. Because the King Ahasuerus, he said, you know what? You know, we got these Israelites here in our country. We got them as slaves. They're doing what we ask them to do. But, you know, we know that they're the Lord's chosen. We're going to allow them to, you know, keep the Lord's laws, statutes, and commandments. As long as they do what they're supposed to, what we make them do in this slavery here in Persia, right? And so when Haman came to him and asked him and painted that picture, like, do you know when they keep their laws, statutes, and commandments, they're not keeping the laws of the state of Persia, which means they don't believe them. They're not going to stand by them or anything like that. So you need to let me take care of them right now, King. You understand? So he asked to destroy us. Let's see what I'm talking about. Here you go in Esther 3:8. And Haman said unto King Ahasuerus, there's a certain people scattered abroad and dispersed among the people in all the provinces of the kingdom, and their laws are diverse from all people. Neither keep they the king's laws. Therefore, it is not for the king's profit to suffer them. He's saying they're not keeping your laws, king. So why, you know, and that means they ain't honoring you, right? What do you profit from some people who are not honoring you? They're supposed to be under your foot. You got them as slaves, right? That's what he's saying. Esther 3:9. If it please the king, let it be written that they may be destroyed, and I will pay 10,000 talents of silver to the hands of those that have the charge of the business to bring it into the king's treasuries. So he's saying, I'm going to get my goons and go out here and unalive these dudes. I'm going to pay them good too. We'll unalive these dudes. You understand? Or just simply take away them laws, statutes, and commandments so they can honor the you know, the law. I mean, honor the laws that they have in that kingdom of Persia, right? That's heavy, man. You see, profiling been going on a long time. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. It's been going on a long time, and it has not changed, right? So let's keep going. Now, right here, you have Deuteronomy 28 and 64. Now, you know you get in Deuteronomy 28th chapter, Shalach YaAhla, from verse 15 through verse 68. You're going to be reading all about mad curses against the Most High's people. You understand? And I just hope you understand that these are the reasons why we go through this thing with the Most High, why you allow these people to be over us when it's supposed to be us who are on top, right? So let's read this real quick. This is the book of Deuteronomy 28 and verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people. Who does that sound like? From the one end of the earth, even unto the other. And there shalt thou serve other gods, which neither thy fathers have known, even wood and stone, right? So this is saying the Israelites, for our disobedience against the Most High, we're going to be scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, basically. You understand? And throughout that four corners of the earth, we're going to get to serving these customs of these heathens. We're going to get to serving their gods. You know what I mean? Their Buddha, their white Jesus, their Hinduism, all of that stuff, right? Muslim, because it's saying right here, You're going to serve stuff that your father's never known before. Even wood and stone. Wood, that's the symbol of that cross, that crucifix. Stone, that's the symbol of that stone in Mecca that the Islam and these Muslims are out there bending over, what was it, 7 times a day on their knees and their face, bowing down to the stone, this damn idol, right? It said this in Deuteronomy 28th chapter and verse 64, right? So this is proof that we will be scattered throughout the 4 corners of the earth and sold to our enemies, where we will take in their customs, like I said, and worship and serve their gods. And you know what I'm saying? And idols that neither of us or our forefathers have known before. So some of those idols, such as the wood and stone mentioned in this, like I just told you, that's that Christian cross. And that stone is that rock that the Muslims pray to in Mecca. This is real heavy. Y'all got to pay attention to this stuff, man. We've been getting profiled for a long time, to the point we got these curses on us, right? So we're going to go into this next curse right here. What we got? This is the book of Deuteronomy, still, 28th chapter and verse 65. And among these nations shalt thou find no ease. It's not going to be easy at all for us. Neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest, but the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart and failing of eyes and sorrow of mind. You ever wonder how one master can control 50 slaves? It's because the Most High put trembling in our hearts. You know what I'm saying? Meaning fear. So we just listen. This is how that white man profiled us, right? This is how he profiled us. When we start following them customs of his, then the Most High put trembling. He made us have a trembling heart and failing of eyes and sorrow in the mind, right? Now we feeling all bad because it ain't nothing we can do about it. You understand? You got to understand how heavy this is, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You got to understand how heavy it is. We're going to keep reading. This is Deuteronomy 28, verse 66. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have none assurance of thy life. Woo, this is heavy, man. See, this is why we have groups that come out such as Black Lives Matter. You understand? Then comments from our enemies come out, such as them saying all lives matter, right? Or blue lives matter. That's what they'll come out saying against this, right? And the problem is, it's not if you matter or not, white man and white woman. The problem is that to y'all, Black and brown lives never mattered to you at all. You understand? That's why there's no remorse for Nolan's mother. You understand? She lost her son, and you wicked ass bastards had a nerve to call this woman's house and harass her. You understand? When her son was unalive by your kids, you threatened this sister because she cried out to the public wanting justice for her son. Diabolical. You understand? That's why you have no remorse for Brianna. You understand? When they went up in her house and shot her house up while she was in there sleeping. No defense whatsoever. Didn't do nothing to anybody. You don't have no remorse. You understand? You don't have no remorse for George Floyd. While that wicked bastard devil had his knee on his neck for 9 minutes and 29 seconds. See, you originally thought it was 8 minutes. But when it got to the courthouse and they brought out the records of the times and they actually watched the whole thing, it was actually 9 minutes and 29 seconds that your ass ain't had no remorse for that black man on that ground. Everybody just stood there and watched him basically get choked out by a knee, cutting off his breathing, right? You don't have no remorse for a little black 12-year-old named Tamir Rice, who your officers rolled up on and shot him dead and unalived him. You understand? When the white lady called y'all, she told y'all Man, it's a juvenile, and he has a gun, but it's a fake gun. I can definitely tell it's a fake gun that he's playing with. But you guys can just come on and check it out anyways if you want. And what them bastards do, them devils came right up to this 12-year-old. They already was told that the gun was fake. And they ain't waste no time to start shooting at him. Told him to put his hands up and then shot him and unalived him. 12 years old with a fake gun. Didn't even try to talk to him, talk him down, nothing. Just rolled up on him and got boss hog on him and unalived him, because that's what you devils do. You understand? So that's what's going on right here. And it's Deuteronomy 28:66. We under these curses with stuff like that have to happen to us. And it's diabolical as hell. You understand? Let's get Deuteronomy 28:67. All right. It's saying, in the morning thou shalt say, would God it were even, and at even thou shalt say, would God it were morning, for the fear of thine heart wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thine eyes which thou shalt see. Now, what's going on here? See, this is talking about being profiled. Did you just hear that? Did you hear what was read right there? Here's some context to this scripture right here. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. See, part of a long chapter detailing the consequences of breaking the Most High's covenant, right? Predicts a time of extreme distress going on in this scripture. Exile and oppression for the Israelites. You understand? Because we under curses. If they turned away, if we turned away from the Most High, it conveys a loss of peace, safety, and mental stability, right? So that's when you start saying, even thou shalt say, would God it were morning? See, up here wishing it was morning time, so this stuff can be over. For the fear of thine heart wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thine eyes which thou shalt see. We up under some tremendous curses, man. And it's almost like y'all don't ever want to change, man. And it's diabolical. You should definitely want to change when it comes to messing with the Most High. This I'm gonna tell you, man, the Most High ain't nothing for you to play with. If he give you a law, a statute, commandment, which is all his ordinances, listen to the damn ordinance. Listen to the statute. Listen to the law. Listen to the commandment. And not only listen, but live by it. You understand? Because if not, it's just going to only keep getting worse, man. Most High don't want to do this to us, but we forcing his hand because you hard-headed as hell. You understand? Yep, we're going to make it through with the voice and everything, right? So let's go in Psalms. This is Psalms 44 and 11. Hold on, before I do that, let me look at my chat real quick. Yeah, here we go. God, Sister Ahmah in there getting heavy with it. Blacks and natives, as long as we keep Yahweh our forefront and honor his laws, statutes, and commandments, he will protect us and fight our battles. No weapon formed against us will prosper. That's heavy. There you go. The sister got another one in here. She's saying, hashtag Nolan Xavier Wells, Most High in Christ. R.I.P. To that brother. And shout out to the sister, his mother, for holding him down. Even with the threats, she hold him down. Just stop trusting them damn white folks, sis. Quit trusting them. You trusting them is what allowed him to trust them. And now that brother, he ain't here with us no more. Stop trusting them as of right now. And be with your brothers and sisters and try to help bring some justice to this nonsense. You understand? But shout out to that family, to that sister, to the entire family. We definitely don't want to see any of our people go through this madness, man. Straight up and down. But this is Psalms 44 and 11. It says, thou hast given us like sheep appointed for meat, and has scattered us among the heathen. You see that? See, they treat us like sheep, like a damn animal, like we're a piece of meat, and they just scatter us among all the heathen. See, the Most High allowed this because of our disobedience. You understand? We got to pick up on this and start getting back up under the Most High and His law, statutes, and commandments so we can shut this down, man. Let's keep going. This is Psalms 44:12. Thou sellest thy people for naught. You sold our people for nothing. You understand? And does not increase thy wealth by their price. Sold us for nothing. And you know why they sold us for nothing? Because they said we ain't worth nothing. We ain't worth no price. You understand? This is how they feel about us, man. We get profiled for that reason by these bastards, right? These devils, right? Psalms 44:13. Thou makest us a reproach to our neighbors, a scorn and derision to them that are round about us. Now that's a heavy, heavy scripture right there. See, because blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, Israelites, this verse expresses deep humiliation, you understand? Because the Most High God himself allowed Israel to face defeat, leaving his people open to public mockery, to insults, to embarrassment, and ridicule from rival nations living nearby. And that's what he's saying right here. I'm going to read it again. Verse 13. Thou makest us a reproach to our neighbors, a scorn and a derision to them that are around about us. This is what happens when you go up against the Most High. He gonna show you that's the worst mistake you ever made in your whole life. You understand? And that's heavy, man. Let's go into verse 14 real quick. This is Psalms 44:14, right? Thou makest us a byword among the heathen, a shaking of the head among the people. Now, a byword among the heathen, right? Israel became a taunting joke or a proverb of failure among our nations. You understand? I mean, not our nations, Salakia, among other nations. You understand? Who are Hellenistic, non-believers of the Lord. You understand? That's why it says, thou makest us a byword among the heathen. Heathen are non-believers, right? People that's totally against the Most High, not going for the Most High at all. You understand? It said, you become a shaking of the head among the people. People see you, they just start going like this. This nigga right here, these niggas. You become a shaking of the head because you are a total embarrassment to the Most High. You understand? That's a heavy, heavy scripture, man. Start reading these scriptures and getting context from these scriptures so you can see how embarrassing you are. And the next time you see us at camp, the ISUPK at camp, and we trying to give y'all brothers and sisters a flyer, take that damn flyer, man. That flyer is the difference between you changing your life for the better when you get up under Commandant General YaAhla. Commandant General YaAhla is here to protect all of us. You understand? And that's why he keeps sending us out here to these highways and byways, putting us on these streets. We outside. I told you that at the top of the class. We outside in the UPK. General YaAhla ain't allowing us to be inside. We have to go outside. We have to go in the trenches where everybody else scared to go to. We in them crazy streets in Detroit. We in them crazy streets of Cleveland. We in them crazy streets of Chicago. Them crazy streets of Philly. Them crazy streets of New York. In Harlem out there. In Brooklyn. All them boroughs. In the Bronx. You ever been to the Bronx? Man, go walking through the Bronx, man. It's like a World War III right there, man. You see these vacant buildings all demolished down and rocks everywhere. Man, it's looking like don't know people even should live in that town, right? In that city, in that borough. But guess what? UPK is in them streets. We in the Bronx. We in Harlem. We in Yonkers. You understand? We in all them spots. You understand? Because we out here for our people. And we ain't afraid. You know why? Because we all came together and we doing the Lord's work. And when you're doing the Lord's work, there's nothing to fear. You understand? Because he said, where there are two gathered, and we agreeing, Salakia, there he will be in the midst of us. We go out there, 20, 30 deep at times. You understand? And we all as one body in Christ. You understand? And the Most High protect us. We ain't worried about nothing. Hell, we come from them areas. That's why we know we need to get in there and get our people. See, we don't want people doing this when they see us. Man, here this nigga go, man. There them niggas go. What he gonna do now? We gonna rob this time? What he gonna, you know what I'm saying? We don't want nobody shaking their head amongst us. You want people looking at us like, man, I want to do what they're doing. I want to be in there with them. That's what we want. You understand? So let's get into Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10. Let me check something real quick. Okay, yep, we good. So y'all hang on in there with me. We getting towards the top of the hour. We on our way up out of here. This is Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. I think we've been explaining this all night long. You understand? We don't ever want to trust this damn devil with anything. You hear that, Nolan's mother? We don't want to trust this devil with anything, because when you trust him, you see what happened with Nolan. When you trust them, you see what's happening after Nolan. They're calling and threatening you like it's your fault that they unalived your son. You see how diabolical that is? You cannot trust this bastard, man. You just can't do it. And this is showing you why when you see the treatment, how they doing this poor lady, man. But it don't surprise me. We ain't never supposed to trust our enemy, man. Remember, your enemy is someone who actively oppose you, a person or a group. You understand? And someone who has been historically hostile and unfriendly to you and your people. You understand? So you'll discover who your real friends are when life becomes difficult. You understand? And not when everything is going well. It's when it get difficult when you'll understand that. Believe me when I tell you that. That's a true statement right there. If I ever saw one, you understand. So let's go. Ecclesiasticus 12 and 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. You understand? You wonder why we call him a devil, right? So your enemy will not be satisfied with just hurting you. And you just bleeding. Like you seen the man I showed you earlier. They had him get ready to put him in the van. His head bleeding. They weren't satisfied with just that. They really wanted to unalive him. That's what they really wanted to do. So they ain't satisfied with just hurting you. This devil wants to see us dead and gone. You understand that? The lesson is about discernment and wisdom. Do not judge someone's loyalty only by their words or outward appearance. Look at their actions. Look at their character. And consistently, over time, you understand, you got to check these things out. So in simple terms, a false friend can irritate kindness. I'm sorry, Salakia. A false friend can imitate kindness, because there's some phony bastards out here, right? But a person's true intentions are revealed by what they do when they have the opportunity to hurt you, to harm you. You understand? Prime example. They got Nolan on that boat. Hey, Nolan, what's up, dude? What's going on? Yeah, we're going to go hang out on the boat, get some swimming in, some fishing. We'll go to Chester's house or whoever and swim, too, in their swimming pool. We're going to do all of that, man. Hey, we're going to probably sneak a few drinks or something in, too. Yeah, man, we can't wait. Let's go kill. I know you coming. Right? That's what I mean. Their intentions are revealed by what they do when they have the opportunity to have you all alone so they can unalive you. Whether it's unaliving you by beating you in the back of the head like they did Nolan and left him, unalived in the water and whatnot. Or with the sisters, the multiple sisters now, they done took them, see them walking down the street. I think one of them even went to go hang out with some white folks. And next you know, they hanging up in the tree, unalived. I just seen a video the other day, watching Commander General YaAhla. You understand? They showed the little sister on the bed with the 3 white chicks. They're bullying her, beating her up, elbowing her, putting their knees to their ribs and smacking her and punching her, niggering her and all that kind of stuff. Right? Because she trusts these people. This says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. You can't trust him. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips or her lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit, throw thee into a lake, put you in a tree and have you hanging. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with just your blood. He wants you unalived and he wants you out of here. You understand that? That's my closing statement right there. That's going over that scripture where we just went over. That was my closing statement. You can't trust these people, man. Racial profiling causes detrimental consequences to us Israelites, blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. It causes detrimental consequences. You understand? I hope you know that. Before I get out of here, let me see something here. Yeah, Sister Nashaq, my rib. The Edomites, the Edomites are the devils that the Bible speaks of. Yahlah YaAhla. That's heavy right there. That's heavy. That's what she got right here. And she goes, those devils are harassing and threatening Nolan's mom, dad, and siblings. But those devils will get what's coming to them. Vengeance is Yahweh's. You damn right on that. Nahamashah. Damn right on that. She get the picture. You understand? She get the picture. So, with that said, that's the class I got for you guys tonight. We're going to get into these ISUPK security announcements and get you out of here. I don't want to hold you over too much. I know I've been doing that a lot to you. You understand? But I really appreciate y'all hanging out in there with me. And I want to say, first of all, big Thawada and shout out to my brother Nashaq Ahmath. He wanted to try to make it in class with me tonight. But I just heard for the brother, I got his text. He was saying Salakia, his flight just landed back. He was coming from out of town, which is his business. You know what I mean? He's coming back from just getting back in town, so he didn't get to make the class tonight. And I appreciate him because I know he's a warrior, and I know he would have been here in class with me tonight. So I want to say big Tawada to him, Barakatah, Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. Glad you had a safe flight. Glad you had that safe flight and got home safe. And that's the most important thing. You understand? Your boy Shalach will hold it down here, even though I'm going to do it by myself. You know how it is. I don't mind. You understand? We're going to get this work done. Period. Shout out to Nadaba giving hand claps right there. You understand? And we got Ahmah been real heavy in the class tonight. Shout out to that sister, my rib right there. You understand? Great class, priest, as usual. Got the hand claps. Most High in Christ for y'all in there showing support. We got to get this work out here, and that's what we do. You understand? Most High in Christ. With that said, let's get into these ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK. We at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When a brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. If after 6 months, if a brother or sister has interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to the brother or sister. There's another 6 months which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18:21 and Malachi 3, verses 8 through 10, which meant ma'asherah, which means a tenth in the Hebrew, 10% of every penny increase the Lord gives to you. Give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocation. Let's get it for them, because these upcoming holy convocations is what we need, Hebrews. You understand? We got to definitely keep these law, statutes, and commandments. And part of them is keeping up with our holy days, keeping up with the Sabbath and all of that. So we're going to get these holy convocations for you, see what we got up next. I know it's coming on September 11th. And here it is. Let me look at it here. We have the memorial blowing of the trumpets, September 11th. That's the next holy day, the holy convocation we have for you. You understand? And of course, every week is the Sabbath class. You understand? So make sure you keep all of that holy and keep them going and honor them. You understand? And get in them scriptures and whatnot, and do as the Lord told us to. With that said, if a brother wants to become a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf. All right, we're gonna salute out. Stand my behind up. There it is. Men of Israel, Imajim Shabbat, Imajim, Barak, Yahweh Shem, Yahweh Shai, Barak Atah, Yajamatah, Sar. Do a courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Imajim Shabbat, Imajim, Barak, Yahweh Shamar Alathan, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Yajamatah. Class is officially dismissed. See y'all next week. Tune in. And don't forget to tune in tomorrow for scripture breakdown class with Captain 10,000 Hadar YaAhla. Bring your questions. Ask them in the chat. Shalom, Lord Christ.